Good morning and welcome to today's Poplar Report. We're going to be covering a bunch of stuff today, but one of the main things is we need to talk about this attack on Monday on U.S. soldiers in Turkey. It is worse than what you've been told, and it's frankly a national embarrassment. Chinese stock market is threatening to drag the U.S. and international markets lower because some serious things going on over there. Iran has started delivering ballistic missiles to Russia, and we're seeing armed security guards at grocery stores now in Texas because it's getting that bad now. That and a whole bunch of your reports coming from all over. Let's jump into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and these are your updates that you guys are sending in. If you have something to share with the group, make sure you use the word update somewhere in your comment, and that gets it to the right place. Also give us some sort of geographical context if that's relevant to your comment. Before we dive in, we do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. They do a fantastic job helping people with retirement accounts to get into physical metals, gold, silver, platinum. Something you can actually hold in your hand. It's actually yours. That's something you can't do with most retirement accounts, but you can with that. If you want to find out more, Jonathan and his team would love to talk to you. There's no commitments or anything like that until you decide to go that way. But to just talk to them, no commitments. There'll be a link at the end of the video. All right, so the Chinese stock market is absolutely tanking. It's now at a 7-month low, and it just never recovered in the first place from the cough. Massive government interventions. We got foreign exchange liquidations in the billions, selling lots and lots of U.S. dollars to prop up their stock market. Massive government investments in the stock market and rule changes to the banks to free up more and more capital so that they can buy more stocks. But it's not helping. It's still going down. Quite frankly, so many businesses have been moving out of China. All the manufacturing is going down to Vietnam, going over to India, going over to other countries, that China is absolutely being devastated financially by this, and they are getting desperate over there. But more than that, the loans that they've taken out for their infrastructure projects all over their country are coming due, and it's threatening U.S. banks and European banks. We may see some fireworks in the near future, and September is not a good month for the stock market. Septembers are historically where stock market crashes have taken place, and well, that's a little disconcerting, isn't it? With U.S. investors, retail investors, more invested in the stock market than they have been ever. They have more money in the stock market than they've ever had before. If panic comes and they start pulling out, it could get ugly fast. Bloomberg is out there reporting that Iran is starting to deliver their ballistic missiles to Russia to be used over in Eastern Europe. USA and NATO very unhappy about that. Previously, we've been seeing that Iran has been selling drones to Russia, but this is the first we're seeing short-range and medium-range ballistic missiles being sold to Russia by Iran. There may be additional sanctions that Western powers will want to try slapping on Iran. Already, Iran is mad at the U.S. and our allies. This may make things even worse. All right, and we need to talk about the Labor Day attack on the USS Wasp in Turkey. The USS Wasp is a marine helicopter carrier, essentially. It's an aircraft carrier, but much smaller. It's not nuclear powered. It's actually powered by basically, I'm pretty sure it's more like diesel. But the thing is, it's more focused in on the Marines that are on the ship being transported to the shore through hovercraft and through helicopters. It's less focused in on actually being launching fighter jets and all that. It has them, but the focus is on the Marines that are on board. So this ship, the USS Wasp, pulls up to Turkey, to the city of Izmir, which is one of the major cities in Turkey. And, well, it's become much more different than what a lot of people have experienced in the past. Most people have experienced Istanbul. If they're like, oh, I've been to Turkey, most people have just been to Istanbul. And Istanbul is a different world than the rest of Turkey. Izmir is a little more like the rest of the country, but still pretty cosmopolitan. But the rest of the country is very conservative, very Islamic and very conservative. So 2 soldiers, this has been confirmed now through Reuters and through the U.S. Embassy over there. 2 U.S. soldiers were attacked. Well, one was attacked, a bag thrust over his head as he was being punched, and one of his buddies tried to come to his aid and got punched a couple times before. There's video of this out there, and then kind of after the video's over, we don't have as much clarity on what happened, but apparently 5 more soldiers came over. Now, I'm assuming as they say soldiers that they were Marines, but that's the wording that's actually used is soldiers. So usually you wouldn't call sailors soldiers, but anyway, they're attacked by this party called the Youth Union of Turkey. It's a hyper-nationalistic group. They're all about Turkey is number one kind of thing, make Turkey great again. They were doing this apparently as payback to an incident in northern Iraq where some Turkish guys had bags put over their head by American soldiers 20 years ago. And so that's what they were doing. They were trying to shame and humiliate and bring revenge against U.S. soldiers for what was done over in Iraq. And of course, there's the whole thing going on in Israel against the Palestinians that Turkey is very much seeing all that from the Palestinian perspective. So the USS Wasp is pulled up to shore because it needs to get repairs done and because it's having some issues with water purification and with their fuel. They're apparently not able to take fuel on. I'm not sure if that's because they just don't have any resupply ships nearby, because we're having staffing shortages on the merchant marine ships that usually resupply these type of ships. Or if there's something wrong with the connection or whatever. But apparently it's been having to jump into port once a week for the last several months because it's not able to stay out at sea. So it pulls in needing to repair and needing to refuel and to get water on board. The water on board testing positive for JP5, jet fuel basically. The jet fuel somehow getting into the water tanks. That's not good. So they're having some problems, and they shut down the boilers, right? And this is a big ship. It takes a long time to get the boilers back online. They pull up into shore, and when this incident happens, they're like, back to the ship, everybody get back to the ship. We need to get out of here. But the problem is the ship's been powered down. So as of the reporting here, it took 12 hours to get electricity back on the ship with the boilers starting to crank up, and apparently it takes 36 hours to be able to get underway. They need steam built up to do that, and that's the reports I'm seeing out there. So they're kind of stuck with little water. And when this happened, the Shore Liberty was canceled, and they were told to come back to the ship. And when they got back to the port entrances were blocked with protesters. And so basically the soldiers and sailors had to run the gauntlet to get onto the base. It was so bad that they actually ended up getting buses to ferry the soldiers and sailors back onto the base. Where were the... Turkey. Turkey is a NATO ally. They are a NATO member. And our people are being attacked on the streets, and then after they're attacked, they can't even get back onto their base because they're basically under siege. That is absolutely insane. And this happened the same day that we heard that Turkey has petitioned the Brics countries for membership. Our NATO ally is wanting to join the Brics, and that is one of the worst case scenarios that we can imagine. If Turkey moves over to join Russia's camp, they can block, the Strait of, I forget, the Bosphorus Strait, that's what it is, isn't it? The Bosphorus Strait is how you get in and out of the Black Sea, and it goes right through Istanbul. Istanbul's on either side of it. And the Bosphorus Strait is very easily closed. They can close that. They got missiles on both banks, artillery guns on both banks. They can make it so that nobody can get through there. And if all that's allowed through there are Russian allies, no Ukrainian ships, no international shipping, no NATO ships coming through there, that would be devastating, a devastating development. That would give Russia such an edge over its enemies and such. So, bad news out of Turkey and a massive embarrassment to the U.S. Was this an accident, an oopsie, or was this orchestrated to humiliate and embarrass the United States? But it was. But of course, it didn't stop President Biden from his beach resort vacation, so we can be glad about that. Into your updates, Richard says, update regarding heavy whipping cream in Arizona. It is become a major concern. M. Key says, Finger Lakes area in upstate New York, a week ago, Aldi's eggs were $2.47, and now they're $2.97. Walmart, they were $3.98. And back at Aldi's last week, butter was $2.77. Yesterday it was $3.99. A lot of price increases out there that we're hearing about. Michelle in Northwest Pennsylvania, Walmart raised the price of eggs from $2.58 to $3.77. The only GV peanut butter was the large jars, and there were only 5 of that size. So problems with the GV peanut butter. We've talked about that here earlier, and they're confirming that. Coffee section is about a fourth the size it used to be, low on powdered coffee creamer. Dan says HEB, our grocery store here in Texas, is now hiring armed security guards for some of their locations along the I-35 corridor that goes from Mexico north to the rest of the United States. The HEB in North Austin that we have gone to for years, have many good friends that work there, just got hit by a Venezuelan gang recently, and they are meeting with staff to inform them on what they need to do in an armed shooter scenario, because that's what grocery stores need to worry about normally, right? In the new America, apparently that is the case. One of our friends from the store said that they think gangs are coming from an NGO located near the store that is transporting the others. Non-government organization or a nonprofit, essentially. So we have these NGOs funded by Americans and the American government to undermine us, and they're actually promoting this stuff. This is absolutely despicable. HEB doesn't allow constitutional carry in their stores. This is headed to the interior, so if you go to the grocery store, keep your head on a swivel and leave your kids at home. TK, pro tip for the number 10 cans of cheese sauce. A number of you guys are saying something along this lines. I'm single and only buy these in bulk because it's very easy to put into small containers for freezing. You can freeze them, you can take it and freeze it, or you can can it. And so some of you guys were talking about that too. So apparently that's a great way to save money. Just stir in a little bit and when you thaw it, and there is no difference to consistency, texture, or flavor. When you compare this to other small cans or Velveeta type cheese, it's very inexpensive. So it's a great way to save some money. Chaz says, I work for a hospital system in North Carolina. As of last week, we are required The coverings, again, due to the rise in the cough. Ron, update, Southeast Ohio just dug potatoes from the garden. Once again, Southeast Ohio. Planted 50 pounds, got 40 pounds back. Should have had 250 to 300 pounds. Actually lost potatoes. Should have just kept them in your fridge. OB says, update in central Pennsylvania Walmart. No ground beef. Sour cream, okay, but only Daisy brand. One brand of ricotta cheese and not much of it. Eggs, some, but $4.60 for a dozen for the non-fancy eggs. Rice, about 5 bags of 20-pounders and not much of the smaller bags. Gaps in olive oils, low to none of avocado oils. Vinegars down, apple and white down, but some. Prices are still going up or less in some packaged goods. Jen's in Wildwood, Missouri. Missing organic cheese in Aldi for a few weeks now. First it was the organic deli meat. That's probably still all related to the boar's head issues, both in deli cheese and deli meats. New Jersey Tin Man says, Sam's Club in Oxford, Alabama. Dairy case empty, has been like that for about a month. Eggs at Walmart, 2 18-packs is over $10. Matthew says, update, Central Georgia, Publix Pharmacy, 3 out of 3 common, normal, everyday maintenance meds back ordered. Don't have them available. MX, Corning, New York. Husband's 90-day supply of metformin went from $5 to $20. Pharmacists said this is due to a shortage. Hearing a lot about that recently too. Christina says, mid-Missouri, Walmart, eggs low and price increase. Last time got an 18-pack, $3.68, now $5.68. This is all over the place, friends. Beef not full, but prices seem to be the same. And lastly, they shrunk the salad dressing section so much that it was obvious. Steve, thanks for keeping us informed. God bless, and God bless you all. If you want to get some more information from Genesis Gold about what you can do with your retirement account, there's a link right there on the screen. Just tap it and fill out your information, and they will get in contact with you and answer your questions and such. If you want to check out another video from this channel, there's one right up here. I'll see you over there, or I'll see you guys later. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report, out.